All right, gentlemen, we went through this in the locker room. We're scheduled for 10 rounds. We're going by the rules of Tennessee. 3 knockdown rule is in effect. Standing 8 count is also in effect. Gentlemen, if you go on the belt line on both fighters, it's a good punch. Protect yourself at all times. Obey my commands. Any questions here? Any questions here? Good luck, buena suerte. Touch him up. Ready, my man? Ready, sir?
Casamayor, trained by the familiar Joe Goosen, and Gary Sullinger, both manages and trains Juan Arias, whose hometown is Napa, California.
We ready?
Spent much of his career fighting main events in Fresno. Casamayor, as you heard from Jimmy Lennon Jr., former Olympic gold medalist. So he is high quality and expected to get a victory here, which will propel him back toward bigger fights in the division down the road. But Arias is tough.
Casamayor is very quick, and his speed generates some power. He's very slick and a very difficult southpaw to hit cleanly.
Straight left hands by Casamayor, backing Arias up. Arias was hit by 523 power punches, or excuse me, 523 punches overall, 365 of them power punches in his battle with Jesus Chavez. That's the most power punches ever landed against a fighter in this division, according to CompuBox numbers, and a mark of what a brutal beating he took that night from Chavez, who is a vicious body puncher.
And that is the type of fight and type of punishment that you just cannot have that many fights like that. It's just the type of thing that will shorten your career, if not your life.
Fortunately for Arias, as he comes in here tonight, Casamayor is not regarded as a super big puncher, not a one-punch knockout puncher, but he has been improving his power with both hands, Bobby.
And that's right, and not only that, but speed times mass equals destructive power, and he's not real big, but he's very quick. So when he gets there often and well, that speed helps generate the power.
Now Arias starts to come back, throwing to the body, and one chopping right hand on the head. You can see that Arias is awkward but aggressive.
One of Casamayor's most deadly things is he's very accurate with that left hand. He throws it down the middle, he brings the uppercut up from the outside like that, and he throws it around.
Hold him down.
But he's very accurate with it.
Break! Step back. Cabezas, watch your cabezas. Watch your heads. Box.
Referee Bill Clancy throwing in a little amateur Espanol there. Cabezas, watch the cabezas.
Stop. Box.
Well, their heads are bound to clash from time to time. Southpaw to righty, sometimes that happens. They're leaning over. The lead foot is in front of each other as opposed to on opposite sides. Causes a problem. I hate fighting southpaws.
See how willing and game Arias is, ignoring the fact that Casamayor landed seemingly at will for much of the first 2 minutes and coming back throwing hard.
And Arias just now started going to the body, was a little more effective. It allowed some of his punches to free up upstairs, but he's got to be more active.
10 seconds.
As we go to the corners where Spanish can be used, our interpreter is Ray Torres.
You have to put pressure on him. Don't try to just put the pressure on the face, the body also. Then after the face.
We got a bucket right here. Let's put it right under here, please. Thank you. Open. Okay. Use your jab.
What I don't want you to do is I don't want you to stand straight in front of him. Now, what did we talk about? We talked about if you're on the way in, keep your head low, throw that straight right hand to get inside, and then I need those hooks to the body, okay? You're staying right in front of him. I need you to step over on that angle and dig to that body, and we'll slow him down a little bit. Okay? Come on.
Let's go, Blue. Let's go, Joe. Let's go, Blue corner.
Well, Bobby, I'd have to say the headline from between rounds is that Joe Goosen's Spanish has improved dramatically since his years of training the Ruelas brothers.
I was enjoying that. I really was. Nice left hook to the body by Arias, a double left hook to the body, and there he tries a third, does not come back to the head.
Arias won 23 of his first 24 professional fights before the loss and the draw in the last 2. Stepping way up in class when he fought Chavez and staying at a slightly higher level against Monzon. Now Casamayor feels free to just bang away, throwing punches more liberally than might usually be the case for a boxer like Casamayor. Obviously, he doesn't think at this point that Arias can hurt him.
You know what, right now, too, Arias is keeping his head still. He's not bending to either side, slipping any of Casamayor's punches, and he's not getting through to him cleanly to give him respect. You got to make a man get some respect for you.
Cabezas.
And now they have made contact with the foreheads. You see Casamayor looking at his glove to see if blood was flowing. No blood, so he goes back to work. Good right hand over the top by Arias. Backs Casamayor up.
Arias is a roughhouse type fighter. He'll hit you from every angle, under, over, on your hips, top of your head. He really doesn't care. And he can throw a lot of punches.
Arias just bullying Casamayor back against the ropes. And for the moment there, giving as good as he gets.
He's trying to shut down the distance, it appears, of Casamayor, not allow him to stay on the outside.
Now we've got a cut from the accidental headbutt.
Accidental headbutt, okay? Watch your heads. I got an accidental headbutt to cause a cut.
So we'll try to get a look at the cut on Casamayor's head, which referee Bill Clancy has immediately ruled came from an accidental headbutt. And we'll see if all of Casamayor's vast experience will help him to fight through the distraction of whatever damage has been done by the butt.
Whatever the butt damage is cannot be that big because I can't find it.
Yeah, it's certainly not like last week's Kasim Rahman butt, for which you required no paint-by-numbers search.
No, in slow motion, that lump swelled, and I watched it in slow motion actually moving, and it was incredible. Arias cannot win this fight going backward. His style is not conducive. He cannot win going backward. He can't get any power in his punches. Casamayor, though, can box going backward, side to side, but when he's coming forward, he's even more dangerous.
Round 2 of a roughhouse fight so far between journeyman Juan Arias of Northern California and former amateur star Joel Casamayor, once from Cuba, now a proud American living in Miami. About 10 minutes ago, tonight's heavyweight challenger, former two-time champion Mike Tyson, arrived here at the Pyramid. Tyson, who has stayed in a private home in a quiet neighborhood during his 9-day tour of duty here in Memphis. Being brought to the arena here, there was an official Tyson hotel at the gambling resort of Tunica, Mississippi, where 100 rooms were reportedly set aside for Team Tyson, but they were never used because Mike elected to stay in a private home here in Memphis, as did, incidentally, Lennox Lewis. They were separate from each other the whole time. They even had an agreement to rent videotapes from separate Blockbuster outlets.
That's amazing. Take a replay of the headbutt. They just come in once again. Left foot to right foot, southpaw, orthodox boxer. They leaned in, head slam. Occupational hazard.
Round 3 of a scheduled 10. Joel Casamayor looking to gain a victory, a confidence builder after his loss to Acelino Freitas in the big 130-pound unification fight which took place earlier this year. How disciplined a body puncher is Casamayor, Bobby?
You know, Casamayor is pretty good. He's been disciplined to have patience, go to the body, go to the head. When he has his man hurt, he doesn't strictly head hunt. He's really a complete boxer, puncher, counter puncher.
And I like you just saw the counter punching talent right there as he perfectly caught Arias with a right hand counter as Arias was mounting his attack.
He steps around so effortlessly, it's just amazing. He steps to either side and fires whether the right hook or the left hand down the middle, and he does it very accurately.
He seemed to have some big chances down the stretch against Freitas, if he had had more confidence in his punching power, do you think he might have gotten Freitas out of there?
No, I really don't think so, Jim. I think what it was his respect for Freitas' power early on, put on notice that I can hurt you. I think that respect made him hesitate just enough to lose the fight.
Casamayor showing you his versatility against Arias. Sometimes he leads, sometimes he follows. Body shot there, and Arias starting to drop his guard as Casamayor seems to be bothering him with the body shot.
He's throwing that uppercut right through the solar plexus, left uppercut. It's a little like a bolo punch, but you watch, once Arias drops his hands to cover that left hand's going to come right down the middle.
And Casamayor now is hip to the game of those overhand right-hand lunges by Arias, as you saw him block the punch twice with his glove. So Arias goes back to the body himself.
Beautiful straight left hand right down the middle by Casamayor.
You can be impressed with Arias' chin, if not his wisdom.
Well, I'm going to second guess the wisdom part, but the chin I am impressed with. He's not slipping Arias to either side, as his corner said, slide to one side or the other, then come back with a counter, which will put him out of harm's way to a degree from that left hand, which is smoking him right down the middle.
I would almost think Arias was trying to steal this round with the late flurry. And as they again go to the corners, let's join the other member of our announced team, Jim Gray, for more on the Tunica, Mississippi situation I was discussing before. Jim, what's up?
Well, Jim, you brought it up a little bit. By the way, good to be with you. Of course, these two fighters went about 30 miles away and they rented houses. And it turned out that both Mike Tyson and Lennox Lewis, well, they rented houses on the same block. So there was a negotiation for that. There's been a negotiation for everything. One said they signed the lease at the end of March. The other said April 2nd. Turned out that what they had to do, Jim, was both of them had to move. So there would be no confrontation. Nobody would have their training schedules or running schedules. Or if they had cooks or people coming, there was just absolutely no way they were going to let these two guys run into each other on the street. Let's go back to Jim.
First, last, and deposit on that first set of houses. Well, it's an expensive fight all the way around, isn't it?
I'll tell you what, I have never in my life seen anything like it, but nothing surprises me more, Jim. It really doesn't.
The heavyweight championship fight from Alice in Wonderland.
Time, my time, my time, my time.
Bill Clancy, referee, calling time.
Time, let's go. Time in, box. Watch your head.
Not happy with Gary Sullinger in Juan Arias' corner and the amount of time that it took for Arias to come back to combat. Body shot festival right there.
Yeah, both fighters staying exclusively to the body for 5-6 punch combinations.
Gives you an idea of what the two trainers might have said between rounds.
Well, certainly body punches, especially with a good mover with great legs like Casamayor, would be effective. And, you know, conversely, any puncher gets hurt to the body. He's not going to punch as well.
Logic tells you that if Casamayor was able to weather Freitas' punching, he's not likely to go down against Arias unless he makes a big mistake.
That's true, but what happens sometimes when you don't respect the fighter as much, that's exactly what happens. You get lax and you make that mistake.
So far, Casamayor doing a good job of minding his business. Hasn't allowed the distraction of the one headbutt incident to have affected his rhythm.
You'll notice, too, when Casamayor unloads, he brings his hands back high. He ducks his chin into his gloves, keeps his chin down. Excellent defense.
No, stop.
One of the common traits of the great Cuban amateurs.
Cuban amateurs are always very offensive-minded. And there you see the left uppercut to the body.
2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Hey, come to me, Juan. You okay? Okay? Box.
Boxing fans will recognize the standing 8 count in effect here. Casamayor goes right back to the body, thinking that he might be able to finish Arias with the same kind of damage that began this flurry.
Well, that's how he got him there. He hurt him to the body. He almost went down. He sucked it up, but standing 8 count ensued.
And now Arias takes advantage to counter back to the head and lands 2 or 3 big winging shots upstairs.
He's still a little weak from that body shot, though. You can see him covering up inside. But Casamayor should take advantage here and go upstairs now. Unload up top, see what happens.
What's Casamayor's best finishing punch?
His best finishing punch is usually the left hand down the middle or up the way he's ripping it up to uppercut wise. But he's got a decent right hook, and he uses the left hand in so many different ways.
Right on the chin, that winging left hand shot by Casamayor. Arias comes back and lands a punch flush on Casamayor's jaw. But you can tell that Casamayor doesn't have any respect for Arias's power. He just keeps working offensively.
Especially right now because Arias is hurt to the body, he's weakened, and he cannot muster up the power shots.
Quit the yapping at me. Quit the yapping, you're out of here. You're out of here. Watch your heads. Box, time it.
Bill Clancy threatening to heave Gary Sullinger, the trainer and manager of Juan Arias.
You're doing your job. I won't have to say anything.
It's not a foul.
She's not pulling him down. That's bullshit. All right, well, the referee is going to evidently give Casamayor the favorite treatment, okay? If he's going to fight you dirty, you're going to have to give it back to him.
Okay, it doesn't matter how many rounds. You got to hit him. Yeah. And move him back. Push him back. Make him go back.
Adentro, la vueltas, pega, la vuelta, pega. Pero trabajo.
You'll see that wicked body shot, left uppercut, right, left of the solar plexus, and you see the knees bend and the little buckle right there. Arias goes back into the ropes, almost goes down. Ropes may very well have saved him. Another angle. There it is, right underneath the rib cage. And trust me, ladies and gentlemen, that does not feel good.
So apparently Gary Sullinger's complaint on behalf of Arias is that Casamayor is pulling Arias's head down from behind. You see any sign of that, Bobby?
Well, a little bit, and I think there were a couple of shots that were borderline, just headed a little low, but nothing blatant. Some of it just has to do with styles, and right hook's missing. You pull the hand down, head down, and just keep firing.
Casamayor losing his balance. Arias tries to go right after him, hunting and pecking to see if he had actually hurt Joel.
That was more of a balance shot coupled with some tripping, I think.
Yeah, I think he had his foot on Casamayor's front foot.
Another problem with southpaws, they step on your feet and you step on theirs on a regular basis.
Casamayor pot-shotting as he moved backward. Arias just driving in like a football fullback, pounding his body up the middle. Puts his shoulder into Casamayor and drives him into the ropes.
But not really throwing anything effective or purposeful. He's just hitting arms and elbows and gloves, not looking good at all.
Stop! Break! Step back, step back, step back. Box.
One thing about Arias, you can't say he's not in great condition. Takes a ton of punishment, throws a lot of punches, keeps on coming.
Got to give him his due there. Seems to have a little mouse developing under his right eye as well. Nothing serious, but a little swelling.
Break! Step back, clear. Step back, step back. Box. Break! No punch, step back.
Casamayor taking a little bit of this round off. Not really being as effective as he was in the last round. Not the same combinations or power in them.
Fifth round of the scheduled 10. Both fighters throwing mostly arm punches in this round, which is something to see when both guys are tired.
Fatigue makes cowards of us all. I think Vince Lombardi said it best with that. There's no question about it. And nowhere is it more prevalent than in a boxing match.
And again, the heads clash, and this time it's Arias who gets the worst of it as he's checking his right eye, pulling away, and Casamayor goes forward to attack.
You know, that little sequence there was almost like target practice. Casamayor had his hands down and hit Arias at will.
Dropping his hands to his waist, which tells you everything you need to know about what Casamayor thinks of Arias' power. And he takes a clean shot right on the jaw.
Had there been a bit of a better punch, Casamayor could have paid dearly for that.
Don't knock down.
Tell you, it's one thing to be confident, it's another to be arrogant, and I got a hunch that Joe Goosen is going to tell Casamayor to get his hands back up.
Sounds right to me.
He's got nothing. What round is this?
Well, there you go. It's got to be 6.
6.
It's 6. All right. Okay. Okay, now. No, no ponga tu mano abajo.
Don't lower your hands. You're getting fancy. Yeah, just with your left. Use your right and make the left hooks count. Okay, now's the time to throw combinations.
All right. Trabajo tu jab también.
You got to work that jab. But you know, put a lot of pressure, intelligent pressure.
Okay. Pícalo los pinche húmeros, ganchos, todos, all right? Tu cabeza en tu hombro. ¿Cómo está?
Corner, seconds down.
People have found various ways to entertain themselves in the days leading up to the big fight here in Memphis. One of the seconds in Casamayor's corner, Ilan Haim, has a whole new hair color today from the one that he sported yesterday. Orange yesterday, black today.
Too much time on your hands.
It's been a long wait for the fight. And you did indeed hear Joe Goosen telling Joel Casamayor not to be so casual and to get his hands back up, but there's no intensity in Casamayor's corner. Obviously, they think they're here for more or less a walk in the park.
Well, they realize their fighter is the cream of the crop in his division. He's one of the very best. Certainly, he's the better talent in the ring tonight, but they don't want him to be sloppy, make mistakes. There's no sense taking any extra punishment. You don't have to.
Be interesting to see if Casamayor cannot reel in a possible rematch with Acelino Freitas. And there's a low blow by Arias, and Bill Clancy is immediately going to warn against it. If he can't get the rematch against Freitas, will Casamayor stay at 130, perhaps frozen out of the title picture? Or will he go to 135 where there might be so many fights to be made? Floyd Mayweather Jr., Jose Luis Castillo, who has reason to believe that he recently bested Floyd Mayweather Jr. in Las Vegas. Various other star fighters there at 135 with whom Joel could make some money.
You know what? That's not a bad idea for him. I'm sure he can hold the weight. But at 130, there's still a lot of good competition until eventually he gets back in the ring with Freitas, which may eventually have to happen. That was south of the border for sure.
He pulled him down, he went low. It's my time.
And you heard Bill Clancy saying that
Take your time, okay?
Arias pulled Casamayor down, forcing the low blow. This is going to make Gary Sullinger even angrier over in Arias' corner, since he's the one who's been complaining that Casamayor pulls Arias down.
Juan, you cannot pull him down. He's going to hit you low. Don't pull him down. Don't pull him down. Let me know when you're ready.
This is a very decisive referee, I'll tell you that.
He's taking charge very quickly, not only with the fighters, but with the corners. He's a no-nonsense type of guy.
Here's the replay.
Well, watch. When Arias throws the left hand
How much time I got?
right behind the shoulder. Oh, no, that one. There it is. The left hook behind the head and this almost simultaneously pulling the head down. That one's a close call, I got to be honest with you.
You know, he was pulling the head down, but I don't think that caused the low blow.
I think the low blow was headed there anyway, and it just happened to be an afterthought.
Ready? All right, listen to me. Don't pull
Looking
him down,
across the ring at
low.
Arias' corner,
Go
Gary Sullinger's got a look on his face that seems to say, why did we come to Memphis?
Well, an opportunity presented itself. He has to take a shot.
Look at the will and the gameness and the courage of Juan Arias, who just won't take no for an answer against a superior fighter in Joel Casamayor. The clock was stopped for 1 minute and 8 seconds on the low blow, Arias, of course, could have taken as many as 5 minutes. Bobby, I've never seen a fighter take the full 5.
I have never seen a fighter take the full 5. My opinion is if they take the full 5, they're probably going to quit.
Formal warning. First formal warning, Joe. First formal warning. Keep your punches up. You okay? I got my time.
And obviously Arias is thinking, hey, he threw 2 low blows in the round and still no point deduction. What do I have to do?
Well, it's the first formal warning, so after one more of those, the points will start being deducted. Nice body work then going up to the head by Arias, and Casamayor just leaving his hands down like he just doesn't care.
If Arias had any real power, Casamayor might be the one who was wondering why he came to Memphis.
That would be correct.
He's allowing himself to get hit. And it's not a good idea, regardless of how superior you may be to the opposition.
I agree.
Water and spit bucket. What are you learning, Hogan? Huh?
Fucking him twice.
I understand. What are you learning? What did we already learn? It's going to be a dirty fight. You've got to give it back to him. He's letting him get away with the headbutts. He's letting him get away with the low blows, okay? That little warning there, he's not going to take points away. It's going to cost. Jesus Christ. You're beautiful, ref. Listen, I know you don't like...
You understand? I need you to be in control, but strong. Hard. Inside, don't wrestle with him. Don't wrestle with him. Punch him.
Here's the low blow. And that is, yeah, that's just below the border. There may be a piece of his glove touched the belt, but that was well below the belt line for the majority of the glove anyway.
Box.
Well, Arias' corner pleading with him to get dirty as well. This could be ugly.
Well, if you believe Juan Arias, there is a potential unseen benefit to getting hit with low blows. After years of attempting to conceive a child, Arias and his wife finally achieved success and became mother and father of a brand new little girl after he was hit with what he said were several low blows against Jesus Chavez. And he says he thinks it's no coincidence that the low blows might have shaken something loose for him. Now, we hear a lot of strange things in boxing, Bobby. Is that number one?
Well, I'll tell you what, if it's not, it's really up there. That might be, we might need a medical study to research that.
It's definitely in the top 5. Call the AMA. Seventh round of a scheduled 10.
No, stop. Break clean, step back. Box.
Juan Arias showing courage and stick-to-itiveness while outgunned technically against the excellent Joel Casamayor. Casamayor seemingly cruising toward an easy decision, but it's a foul-filled fight, and anything could happen down the stretch.
And especially at this distance we're at right now, Arias cannot be effective from here. Joel Casamayor, much quicker, much more accurate, better combinations all around.
No, stop.
I have to imagine if I were Joe Goosen, I would love to see Casamayor fight the rest of the fight from this range.
Down, up and down.
He's got enough in the bank that I think that Arias is past the point of no return. So he needs to knock out a multitude of knockdowns, which I don't think he has in him.
Casamayor popping with the clean shots.
Stop. Break. Box.
Is it a blow to Joel's confidence if he can't knock an easy target like this out?
No, some guys you just can't knock out. No matter how many times you hit a guy like Rocky Marciano, you might even get him down, but you're not going to get him out. Some guys you just don't knock out. and this might be one of those.
Bottom line is if Jesus Chavez couldn't knock him out with all the punishment he put on him, it may not be possible.
No reason to believe that you have to knock him out anyway. He's pitching a shutout, putting on a boxing clinic. He doesn't get paid anymore if he knocks him out.
Watch your head.
Again, the uppercut by Casamayor.
You see what appears to be a knot on the right side of Arias' head.
Yep. He's got one of those Hasim Rahman autograph hematomas right on the top of his forehead on the right side. And Gary Sullinger going to work over there on the far side with the inswell. You'll see it in a moment.
Get rid of this guy. I don't want to take it no more. Take this guy out. Take him out. What does that say?
What round? Okay, this 8 home. We got 3 to go. I know that, listen, I know the headbutts are taking their toll, Hovind. We knew he was going to do this, right? Right? We knew he was going to headbutt you. We knew he was going to hit you in the nuts. What do you got to do? Huh? I know, but you got to do it. You're waiting for the referee to help you, and the referee's not going to help you. You hear me?
Let's go red corner. Let's go blue corner. Let's go. Let's go. Accidental headbutt. Let's go, blue. Time. My time. My time. Let's go. Let's go. Time in. Let's box.
From Arias' corner, a ring doctor was asking referee Bill Clancy if he was aware of the hematoma on the top of Arias' head, and Clancy matter-of-factly said, I got it, accidental headbutt. Arias tries to goes back to work to the body, and Casamayor counters him perfectly and takes him right out of it.
Well, Casamayor now too, much like Evander Holyfield, has another target to search for. And that big knot on Arias' head.
Break clean. Break. Up. Box.
Come on, no esperes, no esperes.
Break. Step back clean. Step back clean.
Now Arias tries an uppercut, and Casamayor says, no, I'll show you how to throw the uppercut.
I think he hurt Arias to the body again. You notice all the punishment that Arias is taking the head, doesn't really flinch, but some well-placed body shots, he buckles in two.
Some guys you just can't hurt to the head.
Hands are free.
Arias is all done. Down he goes on an accumulation of punches from Casamayor.
5, 6, 7. Hey, come to me, Juan. You okay? Go back.
Well, okay may be a stretch, but certainly he's dead game. Let's see what kind of a finisher Casamayor is.
I think it's all academic from here. And
Here comes the towel. Gary Sullinger's seen enough. And Joel Casamayor gets a relatively easy 8th round TKO victory over outclassed Juan Arias of Napa, California.
Get his teeth in. Right there. Beautiful. Huh? Beautiful. No, yeah. Okay. All right. Good. You know what?
We're training so hard.
Arias, after winning 23 out of 24 fights to get himself into position to be on television on HBO against Jesus Chavez, has now gained a loss, a draw, and a loss for his trouble in stepping up in class. And as a guy with a brand new baby and a good job in a body shop, might want to consider checking into other areas of his life.
You know, it's a good possibility. The only consolation in moving up and losing is that he probably got paid a little more because he faced better competition. But he was so outclassed that I don't think he won a good minute of any round.
And it's hard to imagine how he would get another paycheck like this after this demolition by Joel Casamayor.
That's right.
And now Casamayor looks down the road to future business. As we mentioned, his desire would be to get a rematch with Acelino Freitas for the 2-belt championship at 130 pounds. But most experts agree Freitas is unlikely to make the fight. In fact, Casamayor's advisors told us yesterday that they had offered to fight Freitas in Brazil and were told no way.
Well, I'll be honest with you, tough fight. I won't have to do it again either.
Here's a look at the finish, Bobby.
He's a sharpshooter, Casamayor. He works underneath and hurts him to the body again. There's the right uppercut. Again, he's not missing with many punches. Hits him with the straight left down the middle, following up. Crisp, clean punches, nice combination. Started with body work, though.
Looked
And
like
then,
Arias was pretty much out on his feet after the uppercut.
You know what? I think that's correct. The body shot hurt him, then the uppercut really snapped his head back. And that punch pushed him into the ropes. You see his legs bend. They're really not there. They're not under him. So now it's just a matter of accumulation, taking effect, right hook, left hand, and follow him to the floor.
Satisfying finish for Casamayor. Looking for a very positive feeling coming off of the loss to Freitas. And this will send Joel back in the right direction. And now watch the white towel sail in from, and there's Gary Sullinger getting ready to throw it. Interleague play and a perfect strike right between the two fighters.
He put the towel where we wanted it.
All right, let's go to ring announcer Jimmy Lennon Jr. for the official particulars on the victory for Joel.
Ladies and gentlemen, we have the time of 1 minute 44 seconds in round number 8. Our referee in charge, Bill Clancy, recognizes the corner and stops the contest. The winner by way of technical knockout, Joel El Cepillo Casamayor.